All right, gang, today I am going to hack my HeadsUp Decoy, so stay tuned. My name is Clint Campbell, and I run the Truth from the Stand Deer Hunting Podcast, where we cover bow hunting tricks, tips, and tactics. And today I'm going to hack my HeadsUp Decoy and make it more mobile and more packable for ground hunting. So let's check it out. All right, gang, today I'm going to be doing a modification to my HeadsUp Decoy and making it work just a little bit better for me. So, and you guys listen to the podcast for a while, you guys know that I like to hunt the Plain States. And in the years past, hunting out there with Chad, we've took a kind of like a big shield style decoy, and I've always kind of taken my HeadsUp Decoy with me and would pack it, you know, especially when that shield kind of became too cumbersome to carry around. My only challenge was that a lot of times I was using, you know, this clamp that you can get from HeadsUp Decoy to kind of clamp onto a piece of brush, clamp onto, you know, a tree branch or something of that nature. But when you're in Plain States, you don't always have something like that available. So I would use the decoy when I had the opportunity to set it up. It was really, you know, wishing that I could set it up no matter where I was set up, whether I was close to trees or whether I was kind of out in the middle of a CRP field or whatever the case is. So I got this idea from my buddy Travis Glassman. He did a killer hack for his decoy, and I love the way that he uses it because he hunts the Plain States, kills big deer, and he's doing it a lot of times with a HeadsUp Decoy. And so for me, if a decoy isn't easy to use, isn't packable, and I can't use it in any kind of situation or application, it just ends up laying in the truck for 2 weeks or for the duration of the hunt. And I just don't get the value out of it that I could. And out in those Plain States where visibility is such a big factor in terms of trying to get deer to commit to you, to come in, you know, entice them, challenge them, whatever the case is, you know, I really feel like I've probably squandered some opportunities by just not having a correct decoy setup. So today what I'm going to do, what the hack is essentially we're going to get rid of this. And I'm actually going to use I believe this is about a 4-foot piece of hot wire fence or step-in fence. It's got a little step here you can step on to kind of get it into the ground. It'll go through rock, you know, hard ground, and give me something sturdy. Cut this off to probably about 2 foot, 2.5 foot. And then what I'll do is I'll take this bow mount bracket that HeadsUp Decoy makes that is made to go on your into your bow. I'll actually take this. I had some bolts and nuts and washers laying around the house. I'll actually take this and mount it to this stake. And at that point, I can basically post this into the ground anywhere while I'm hunting, and I'm able to move this, you know, to kind of get the right angle or whatever the case is that I need to get the decoy to set up the way I want it to set up. And then otherwise, I'll just be using a HeadsUp Decoy whitetail decoy. The antlers are inside the body. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and we'll drill some holes, get it set up, check it out and see how it works. All right, so I cut this down to about 30 inches total with the metal spike to the end of this plastic fence post. So when it'll be in the ground, it'll be about 2 feet tall, plus whatever you extend the decoy. So you got some length on the decoy too they can use. So the hole in the bow mount that I'm going to use to mount this to the post is 5/16. So I'm going to start with a smaller bit, make a pilot hole, and then 5/16 drill bit. And then I've got a couple different bolts here that I might use. I had laying around the house with some washers, nuts. I have wing nuts as well that I might use because it might be a little bit easier if I need to continue to tighten it down when I'm in the field. So we'll go ahead and drill the holes on this and then start piecing it together. All right, we're going to take 5/16 bolt here. There was a little thing for fence here that I had to kind of cut off, and just cut that off with a razor knife, so I have room to get the bolt and the washer in. So I'm going to take a washer already on the bracket. Now I'm going to run the bracket through the hole that I drilled into the post. Take a washer on that end, lock washer, wing nut, tighten it down. I think that's pretty tight. That's good. Could probably do with a shorter bolt, I think, but I can fix that later. And then when you're ready to put your decoy on, just open this up, give yourself a little bit of post, stick down in the set this in the ground. You can't really see the head, but we'll take it outside and see how it works. All right, I think the decoy works pretty well. Got to fix how it's kind of swiveling a little bit. The post is just a little bit loose, but we'll get that fixed. But I think overall it goes into the ground really easy. It's small, it's lightweight, it's packable. I mean, it's probably less than 2 pounds, if that. And it's cheap to make. I think the post itself was, I think, $2 and some change at Tractor Supply. The decoy itself, I think, is like $99 or something like that from HeadsUp. And then the bracket, the bow mount bracket, is, I want to say, $20 some. For like $125, you've got yourself a decoy that basically will work anywhere. You don't need to worry about having trees or anything like that. It's super packable. You can take it apart, or you can leave it all together and travel and hunt with it. So digging this hack, looking forward to taking it to Kansas with me this year.